Asking myself that my full life, man. No, my name's MOG, I'm Glasgow lyricist. Probably the best way to describe it. In 2003 I probably recorded my first song. In 2002 I started writing. The beginning of me writing was started writing actual songs instead of rap, but I don't know, singing in it I wasn't that comfortable doing it. Plus I wanted to use my own voice the way I spoke, you know what I mean? So I always loved hip hop. It just kind of eventually happened that it turned into writing songs into writing rap, you know what I mean? I was more comfy with it as soon as I started doing it. I knew that. Before the grey area was what, 2009? So I was already 6 years worth of material, but no solo albums, plenty of solo songs and appearances on different things and that, you know what I mean? But I always knew I was going to do a solo album. I just wanted to wait until I had, first of all, enough money to record it properly, because I wanted to do it in a studio and I wanted to write songs and that, so I never rushed it, you know what I mean? But eventually when I put it out, I knew it was right to put it out. Involved in the first album, as far as producers and that, Padgel was the main producer on that. I think he had maybe 3/4 of the album. A couple of beats were made by DC, and I think I had 3 for Brains, 2 or 3 for Brains on that as well, and 1 for JKC. Rappers, I think there's 2 tracks on it that have got other rappers on it, and one's the title track of Grey Area, it's got Giz for All Time High, Baltic Next Spot for the Official Crew, and myself, and the other one's Planet Glasgow. It's got LOKI, JKC, Chris the Lyricist, Del Boy and DC. As far as recording the album, it was done in Urban Studios in Glasgow. That's not for me to say, you know, people seem to like it, but I think people definitely seem to like it. Oh, thanks man, I mean that was definitely my intention all the time, was to do something better than the last, you know what I mean? But, I mean, Based on the Blue Story was pretty quickly wrote compared to the Grey Area. Like I say, I took my time with that, you know what I mean? It was really course of years, I just eventually going, right, I'm ready, but in the course of recording it and putting it out, I had wrote so much more material that I thought, well, there's another album, you know what I mean? I pieced it together and put that out, I know, and probably, you're right, I probably had better feedback after that than I did the first one, so if more people liked it, and it just meant I was getting better, hopefully, you know what I mean? To be honest, if I'm doing solo tracks, I'll maybe say I like one better than the other, but an album's always just an album to me, you know what I mean? It always, everybody, take anybody away and it's no right, you know what I mean? I don't know, I never really understood the LPs and albums and mixtapes and all that, but I think I do know LPs, to me, is there's a beginning, a middle and end and a point to it, instead of just a mixtape as you, and that's how I don't, it's no out of disrespect, I don't have too many tracks on my albums with other rappers, it's just I always think it's no mine if I do that, it's mainly a mixtape. So an album's always got to have a concept for me, you know what I mean? Well, during the course of 2011, I think the only music I put out was the EP was Ambient Astronaut, Bonded and Bombs, and which was different, again really different material. It was probably the first stuff to put out that was different, but at the same time I was recording my Power Cut album, which when it comes out is definitely different. I know it's different kinds of music. So for a full year I'd been doing that, and it was all different, and then I was going up to Mikey Blues as well, and every time he was letting me hear beats, it was just this, just raw, what I love about hip hop, you know what I mean, just traditional hip hop beats. and the tunes that all the boys were making up there as well, like him and Earl and JINX and Holmes and Mackenzie and Spud, everybody that passed through there were just doing these raw tunes that I loved. And for a year I'd been doing different stuff, so when he gave me the chance and he said, listen, there's a CD of beats, straight away I jumped on it, man. It just came out dead fast. Within a couple of days I'd more or less used old material and stuff that was sitting there and added to it and made the 10 tracks, and then we just got it recorded in Nikes as soon as possible and put it out. For the next album? For the next album, expect it to be different. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be too different on it. I'm still more or less just writing. It's maybe a bit more, don't know, from my point of view it's maybe a bit more grown up, maybe a wee bit anyway. But music wise it's definitely different. Music wise there's so many good musicians on it, and like I was saying, I maybe don't have too many other MCs on my albums, but I've always wanted to do all the different types of music, and on this there's rock songs, there's electro songs, there's punk, there's blues, there's country, there's everything, you know what I mean? So that's my intention with this album, is for it to be different, so expect it to be different. Working with other musicians is definitely my favourite way to make music, definitely. If you're working with Adam Holmes and Zambia National especially, you know what I mean, just for being there a lot around the boys and picking up stuff off them and watching how they make music and that, you know what I mean. It just, don't know, at first it made me feel rat size and then after a while I thought, well man, they want to make tunes with me, you know what I mean, so it gave me confidence in the fact that I must be able to write a good enough song that's warranted for them to do what they do on it, you know what I mean. So everybody else I've met, the bands and the music they make, man, is just, it's amazing to me, you know what I mean. Like I say, I started off writing songs before I wrote hip hop, and I wasn't much a singing voice or anything like that, but I probably listen to other styles of music a lot more than I do hip hop, so it's kind of, if I can't make that kind of music, the second best thing is to rap on that kind of music. I take colours of inspiration for Scottish hip hop. The only hip hop I listen to is Scottish hip hop. Like I say, maybe 80% of the music I listen to isn't hip hop, the other 20% is all Scottish hip hop, and I listen to a lot of music, so 20% of what I listen to is still a lot. So, I mean, it wouldn't be fair to start naming names because I'd be here all day, you know what I mean, but everybody I hear I take something for if I enjoy it, and I enjoy most of it, to be honest. Well, I think it was Mary. When I first started, I started doing live gigs and done it, no many but a few, and just something I wanted to do. And after I'd done it, I felt it was alright, well that's me done it. It was never really something, to be honest, it was never something I enjoyed much, I just wanted to experience it and see what it was like. So after I'd done a few, I went, right, well it's not the side that I enjoy that much, I'll just do what I enjoy, write and record. But after doing that for years, and I don't know, man, maybe it's because, don't know, whatever, started hitting my late 20s and thought, well, you know what I mean, if there's any time to start taking it seriously, it's probably now. And the more I started getting back into it when I done gigs again, and I'm at a point now where I love doing it, you know what I mean, so I'm really glad I did, because something I don't regret, I don't feel as though I missed out on not doing it for years. I feel as though maybe gave me, I don't know, more time to work on the other parts, and now that I've done that and I'm happy with it, I can go out and perform the way I want to, because I'm confident enough in my tunes, even if I'm not the most amazing performer on stage, as long as I can do my tunes the way I want and I feel as though it's good enough, you know what I mean. Nah man, fuck, you know yourself man, I love Edinburgh, you know what I mean, since I went through there, and again that's maybe, I don't know, maybe doing gigs in Glasgow, I felt as though it's where I grew up, it's where I've always stayed, and for most of my life I wasn't a rapper, you know what I mean, so it maybe felt a bit awkward doing gigs in Glasgow for a while, because I felt as though it's maybe no me, you know what I mean, but going through to Edinburgh was, you know what I mean, I've never been abroad, you know what I mean, I've never really been much out of Glasgow, so spending a lot of time in Edinburgh to me was like going somewhere completely different, you know what I mean, just 'cause I've not been away from here much. So I felt, I don't know, maybe felt more free to just experiment and go on stage and do what I had to do, you know what I mean, just to, I don't know, get back into the swing of things, and if it was a bad experience it might have turned out that I didn't do it, but when I done it, it was such a good experience, man. Everybody in Edinburgh has been nothing but brilliant to me, especially when it comes to the music, you know what I mean, so well happy about it. The battle scene to me is like watching the UFC. I fucking love it and it entertains me, but I would never do it because I'm no built for it, so I wouldn't do it. My thoughts are it can't be anything less than fire, man, especially after, I don't know, after the last one, and the fact that they even had a rematch means that it warranted a rematch, so it can't be anything but fire, especially when you put the two together, man. What else do you expect, you know what I mean? Music related, a lot of people I've spoke to this year, everybody seems to be working on new releases in Scotland, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's new material. I'm definitely looking forward to Weird's album coming out, because I know Weird's been putting out mixtapes and doing that kind of stuff for years, and this is going to be his first real album release, and I can't wait to hear that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say so or no, I hope I am, but I got a preview of Loki's new album, man, and it's fucking excellent as well. I was telling you that earlier, you know what I mean? So that as well, and as far as myself, looking forward to putting it in black and white, and it's going to be good, you know what I mean? It's going to be, again, different, so it can only be good. Different's always good, you know what I mean? In a year, fuck knows, man. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. It's always wrestling with me, man. That's it. I think I love the internet for the most, is just the fact that you seek out what you like and there's normally something there you can watch, you know what I mean? I'm a big wrestling fan, so I just go back and watch all the old wrestling. Favourite wrestler ever is Shawn Michaels. My favourite wrestler the new is probably CM Punk. Fuck he's off. Nah, I'm kidding on. No, I'm not kidding on. Fuck he's off. That's my response.